So welcome back to Super Smash Bros. Welcome back to London, or London in 4000 BC. So hang on, what the fuck? These cows?
Yes, they're cows.
These are cows.
In fact, if you click on London for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So that's giving you a slightly different view, and you see you got like apples. Apples represent everything. So cows are made out of apples, and there's 3 apples for those cows.
Okay.
So these are like your resource tiles. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up your civilization. You're going to work the land in your area in order to gain resources in order to build up further. So it's that kind of game.
Sounds like a winning solution to me.
It is. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and work our way towards a religious victory as quickly as we can, which basically means we're just going to convert everybody.
Yeah. Because apparently you've never won religiously before.
No, I haven't. You can win by religion, you can win by tourism, you can win by culture, you can win by conquering. There's so many different ways. The space race, you can build rockets and boosters and actually just take off and look for another planet.
That's
and
ridiculous.
That wins. So we're going to go for
ridiculous.
religious. It is,
yeah.
and it's huge, and it's so complicated, so intricate.
Brilliant.
We're not going to cover it entirely.
No,
but
God no.
what we're going to do is we're going to try and do a religious win. So let's go to choose technology, because we're still on turn 1. Let's open the technology tree. So we want to be looking at definitely the philosophical route. So we're going to be looking primarily...
So not animal husbandry then?
No. I mean...
Okay.
It isn't. I mean, husbandry of animals is important in this game for feeding and stuff. But no, bollocks. Just click pottery, because we're going that way.
This is religion, is it?
Yeah. Well, that's the plan.
No, I find that very interesting because, as we said along before we started, if you go up from pottery leads to particle physics.
I like the fact that pottery leads to globalization
and
the internet.
So we're going the religious route here, buddy, are we? So yes, of course, science and whatever. Anyway,
well, let's while you're there, just one step back. Telecommunication, and let's just have a quick look at some of those skills. So the little mini circles inside that box. Yeah, right. Okay. So nuclear submarine, not very kind of religious, I grant you. Next one. Bombshell, also not entirely religious.
I think you'll find that's incredibly religious.
CN Tower Fries, broadcast all cities, right, increases population. Now, part of the whole thing about having religion, you got to have people who believe in it. so having more people is good, and that adds to culture.
I always want the visitor centre.
Actually, that's not useful for religion. But we're still going to go for
exactly, pottery leads to that shit, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So we need
many turns left.
So have we got pottery now?
Anytime this guy appears in the top right, just tick the box and
go
away, because it's advice.
Thank you. Fuck off.
We could probably turn off all the tooltip.
Well, no, you're my tooltip here.
Exactly. Right, you've done everything you can. So
how do you tell that?
Because in the bottom right it says next turn.
Oh, that's pretty fucking obvious, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel so. So what's happening now is they're moving all of the other people in the local area and doing all of their moves and turns, and there's quite a lot of them.
Ancient ruins
After the arrow had been feathered with one
civilization.
That's good.
You've just found ruins, which has given you access to something in your research tree, which you weren't even looking for.
How do I do that?
Giving it to you. Well, because they walked and uncovered something, and in that area was a useful light, which is quite shiny. But let's carry on with the next turn, because it didn't finish processing.
Didn't it?
Here we go. Okay, open more. So at the moment, you've queued up pottery to work. If you click on your city, you're also building a monument, and these take a number of turns to do. As you start out, turns are pretty quick. Towards the end of the game, there's quite a lot to manage if you want to manage it, or you can automate it. So turns tend to take longer. So let's go back to return to map.
Did we tell it to build that?
No, that's a tile that you could buy with money. But at the moment, you've got 6 gold in the top left.
Okay.
So you can't afford nothing. But 6 gold in 3,920 BC is probably pretty rich.
Oh, I think you probably
that's probably the only 6 gold in the world. So.
Yeah, but it probably is. Amazing. So what do I do for me then?
Next turn.
I did.
So you've set your little soldier people there to do automatic exploration, which is
Oh, that's what they're doing. So they're moving
so they're
around.
just running around uncovering stuff around your city, which is going to be helpful. And we can next turn it again.
So you meant to do this? You meant to jump turns to progress?
Well, until you've got something to do, because this game's quite nice like that, although it's quite complicated, there's a lot to do. You'll actually get most of your cues in the bottom right. It's going to tell you what to do. So you just keep hitting next turn until either your pottery's finished researching or your city's finished building what it is.
Oh, of course, I see, because it goes
London,
turns.
right, London has grown. That means there's been enough food in our city that people have bred, and that means it gets bigger. So let's have a quick look at London.
That's good.
Our influence area has increased slightly.
That's good.
So we go next turn.
Oops. Next turn. Pop. So next turn, that's the opponent moving as well, then, is it?
Yeah, everyone gets to decide what they're going to do, but they're all going to be in the same situation to start out with. Other than the state cities, so the main other 5 players are all going to have very little units. Right, you found a barbarian encampment. Now you can turn these off, but I've actually found they're really valuable source of getting stuff. So if you click on your little troop of dudes, and then right click on the barbarians, no, right on their square, that's it. Right, so they're gonna, the next couple of turns, they're just gonna head straight for them and give them a kicking.
Are they gonna survive?
Let's find out.
Enemy
Units
unit,
near,
you are
blah,
near.
blah.
Fuck
You
off.
really think so? We just tried to
Trying
attack.
to
Right, so you just
say
finished
to him
pottery,
that
bit of
fashion
research.
Good.
And we're going to go to choose tech. We're going to open our tech tree just because we want to look ahead. Right, so I'm thinking, let's have a look at what calendar or writing does for us. So it allows us to build plantations, which are luxury resource items. Let's see what the little mini buildings are that you can build. Stonehenge gives faith. That's kind of what
Yeah,
we're
that's what we're
after.
looking for.
Stoneworks, which allows you to kind of make marble and stone, which is fine.
Yeah.
And plantation, which is a luxury items. Writing, yeah,
Science
science.
produced from there. We want faith, mate.
We
don't
do. Culture, no.
No. I'm sorry, I'm looking
top
at this.
one.
No, but yeah, fair enough. I'll fucking try it.
Fishing, right? Basically, that
Calendar.
one. Yeah,
Absolutely. That's when we check these things.
that's where we look.
And that's done, is it?
Yeah, that's it. So you've just said that it's going to take 10 turns to do.
Right.
So next turn,
I'm loving this game.
One of
tick
your
box.
combat units is near an enemy unit.
Thank you.
I think we might be able to find an option in the menu.
Yeah, well, yeah.
We might turn this off for next episode because I'm sure there's a way.
Yeah, there's
Right,
a way.
units need ordering. So they actually ignored your command. So if you just scroll down a little bit and go right click on the barbarian to go. Right, they've run in,
I
they're
have
now
some
adjacent to the
information.
square. They are still have a square. Tick box.
Thank you. Forgot.
Right,
Thank you. Forgot. Okay.
okay, and
So?
next turn. So you see you've lost one of your units in
Our
that.
capital city
But
has
they should
finished
hopefully
building a
use them a
unit.
bit quicker. Now, your city's finished producing your first building. So if we go back over to London, leave them there, because there's no hurry, you can just sit there. And we're going to go to choose production in the bottom
Oh,
right,
yeah. Well,
almost.
that's a whale.
Yeah, no, it's because I failed to click on it.
There's a Moby Dick. Let's go.
Okay, so we've got little symbols next to us on the right here. These are our advisors telling us what to build. So if you just move the pointer away.
Yep.
So we've got a science advisor telling us to build a granary, and someone else telling us to build a worker. We're going to build a granary at this point because it's going to help our city build faster. And then we're going to build a worker to kind of mine some of the resources.
That'll go around here somewhere.
The worker will run around any of the tiles inside our area and upgrade them. So, like, they'll eventually be farming the fields and chop down the woods.
Oh, that's a
and,
good idea.
generally.
That's a good idea.
So we're going to go for adopt policy, which is our next option. So the plot thickens.
I have some
Ticky and
information that
Tanky.
may be of
Thank you.
use.
Fuck off.
Yeah. So this is like kind of like perks. Yeah, there's a piety one. We're actually probably going to start with tradition, but if you can just move the mouse up a bit, we're going to look at piety, which is on the word.
I love
Right. Adopting piety allows you to build shrines and temples. Unlocks buildings of great mosques of Dejin. Okay, that's probably a wonder. Adapting this course, great profit appears in the holy site and provides +3 culture. Sort it, let's just go piety. Normally you'd go tradition to start with because it helps build your population up.
It's been noses. Okay.
And it allows purchase of great engineers with faith, but actually if we go for piety first, we'll be able to have enough faith to buy these perks later.
Yeah, it's rinsing, man.
Okay, so if we close that, your soldiers want orders again, so you can click a unit needs an order in the bottom right, and it will just zoom you straight to it.
This is the main the shit.
That's your next button.
So I'd have to do this around the map to find stuff.
No, just honestly scroll to
down
and
here.
click on the unit needs an order,
brilliant.
and it just goes there. You go.
Oh, that's genius.
And we're just going. What we're going to do is we're going to turn it to
That's just it's the best game I've played in a long time.
wicked.
And we had a little attack. I think we'd do shortly.
I think what we might do is we might skip ahead a few turns and come back in.
Let's skim out a few turns.
So
See you back ahead.
We're going to battle some barbarians, and then we're going to found a religion. Damn it! So we'll see you when we're about to found a religion.
Hang on,
and
mate.
take over the world.
Yeah, we're going to found a religion on murder. Brilliant. That's
Well, that's traditional, isn't it?
fucking.